What is the biggest pet peeve of yours? If you could master one skill instantly, what would it be and why? What's the movie that you're embarrassed of liking? Pirates of the Caribbean, because I'm a pirate. What do you play for, the Pittsburgh Pirates on the MLB? Playing third base or something, huh? Maybe outfield, huh? No, you're not a pitcher. National Treasure. The plot is bonkers, but I do enjoy those films. Xenon, Girl of the 21st Century. Ewok's Adventure, Caravan of Courage. I didn't even know that was a thing. How to Train Your Dragon. I keep being made fun of for liking a kids movie. They're the real children. Yeah, I mean, that's a good pick. It is a kids movie though, but hey, I like it too. No judgment. Street Fighter, the movie, starring JCVD and Raul Julia. Dale and Tucker versus Evil. Not too embarrassed. A Star is Born. Not embarrassed if liking it though. I'm embarrassed about how often it made me cry. You know, I think this is a vulnerable moment for me, but I'll tell you right now, I cried during Herbie Fully Loaded, starring Lindsay Lohan. I did. I cried. So if that makes you feel any better, I was told I should be embarrassed for liking Over the Hedge. I don't care if it's childish or generic. I love that film. Nostalgia blinds us all. What's the scariest thing about the ocean? Personally for me, it's deep. Just like that one subreddit with the 14-year-olds. You are not at the top of the food chain, and you don't even have to go that far out to be reminded of this. Body surfing one night near the Huntington Beach Pier, I got bumped in the hip and almost knocked over in mid-chest deep water by something moving the opposite direction of the current. I think it's two things: the darkness and the third dimension. Yes, humans exist in 3 dimensions, but most threats, bears, cars, other people, are coming from 2-dimensional ground level. Ocean creatures can come from up, down, left, right, like I'm never worried about a lion popping up from below the ground or a pack of wild dogs descending on me from clouds on land. So not only can you barely see, you also have so many angles of attack to cover in order to not be surprised. It's impossible. Also, it's not my native environment. Even as a fairly strong swimmer, I'm pretty worthless in the water. Can't breathe, can't attack, can't outrun anything, can barely see. The lack of landmarks. The darkness. I crossed the Atlantic 4 times in the Navy, and we all agree the depth is frightening. But the darkness steals your soul. When there's no light pollution or moonlight, you cannot find the horizon. It's just black. My fear was if I fell overboard, that'd be it. I'd disappear once I was 3 feet from the ship. They'd never find me. The idea of dying of dehydration while stranded on a massive body of water. Yeah, isn't it ironic? The fact that there's no telling what the frick lives in it. There could totally be some crazy prehistoric sea monster down there. Something that sleeps for like 1,000 years before waking up feed. The unknown. You can't run. Not unless you're Jesus H. Christ. It's disorienting. I've read people describe night diving or cave diving and say that there's no sense of up or down, forward or backward. If it's too dark to see, or if you kick up any sand on the bottom and cause a cloud that won't settle to blur your vision, you can keep going the wrong direction until you're lost. Too far out or too deep down. Those tanks only have so much oxygen, you can't afford to lose track of where you are. Those kinds of stories absolutely killed any curiosity for diving I had. The idea that you're actively fighting against the reality of drowning into a torturous death. Kids, could you lighten up a little? Good lord. Fall into it and you die in one of the worst ways possible. If you went into a coma and woke up in the year 7022, what would be the first thing you would do? How the hell am I alive for 5,000 years? Doesn't make any sense. Flex how I'm the oldest person. 5,000 years? It's like bringing the guy that discovered agriculture to the modern age. I'll probably sound like a monkey to them with my knowledge. Nervously check student loan balance after 5,000 years of interest. Make a coffee and check out the history of music. That's genuinely a really great idea. After all the panic settles, I'd love to listen to 5,000 years worth of music. Have a panic attack. Honestly, most relatable comment on here. Ask people how information is stored in this time and then spend a couple of days to read up on history. A couple days? For 5,000 years? Looking for my descendants in that year. Open my eyes. Find a job as a package delivery boy and try to date my hot one-eyed coworker. Ah, that's a reference. I know what reference that is. It's The Simpsons. Love that show. I'd probably ask for something to drink and a mirror. I've never seen a 5,000-year-old. What movie deserves a sequel? Dread. Apparently there's a second one in the planning. Yeah, you know, I actually watched Dread with Zach and the gang like maybe 2 years ago. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I'm really bummed it hasn't gotten a sequel yet. District 9. I remember hearing so much about that movie and I know nothing about it. Is it the horror film or something? Or like the thriller with the aliens and the post-apocalyptic or dystopian something? I don't know. Yeah. Mel Brooks' History on the World, Part 1. It didn't get a Part 2? Mel Brooks didn't get the Part 2? Well, did Mel Brooks ever get a Part 2 in any of his movies? I feel like we're still waiting for Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money. Unless that came out and I'm just not very good at paying attention. Master and Commander. Masters of the Universe, 1987, and Super Mario Bros, 1993. Both had post-credit promises which never came to fruition. And thank God, because neither of those movies are good. Inception, but I know it's better without a sequel. Inception 2, Dreaming About More Money. And that's a Spaceballs reference. I would have said Constantine, but I think they're actually making it now. Better late than never, I guess. Megamind. I hope not. Megamind was good, but why does it need a sequel for? Big Hero 6. Yes, and they'd call it Big Hero 5 because that one guy died, right? I don't know. Leon, the professional seeing Natalie Portman become a hit person would have been cool. However, the gritty realism of the film would have to be thrown out for a sequel, I think. Treasure Planet. Kung Fu Hustle. I loved it. You can multiply anything by 10. What are you multiplying? My skills of pulling women and getting them to go on dates with me, because that'd be great. You know, I'd multiply it by 10 and I'd be able to get a girlfriend maybe. My salary. The number of times I get to multiply something by 10. I'd multiply 10 by 10. Congratulations, you get 100. Of what? We'll never know. A 10-inch wiener would be nice. Bro, are you trying to tell me you're packing a single incher? Oh, buddy. My monthly income. You and me both. Frog. It's like that one guy on TikTok who took all that frog spawn from a bunch of separate ponds and put it all in one bucket and then destroyed the ecosystem of his neighborhood. My dog's lifespan. No. Because here's the thing. Do you want your dog to outlive you? What is your dog gonna do when you're not there? The general public's compassion. But don't you know that 0 times 10 is still 0? The amount of bitches I get. Oh wait, it'd still be 0. Speed of light. What the hell would happen? My organs. I could save many people's lives and use the rest for food. For food? You're gonna eat your own organs? The amount of fresh, pollution-free air in our atmosphere. What's the most boring topic to talk about in a conversation? Celebrity gossip. I really couldn't care less about the gory details of the personal lives of people I never met. A topic is only as boring as the person presenting it and the way it's presented. Work. I'll talk about work for 5 minutes tops. After that, I'm gonna start looking for an exit. For me, it's the weather. Yes, James, I can see it snowing when I look out the freaking window. For me, it's sports. I basically have no interest in the subject, and that's great. As long as you're not giving people who like sports a hard time, totally a valid opinion. People talking about their children and grandchildren and wanting to show you numerous pics of them. I don't ever want to see pictures of kids, ever. The only thing I want to see pictures of from other people is pictures of their dogs or their cats. The best way to shut down a conversation was to tell the person I was an accountant. There are no follow-up questions. No one wants to know more about an accountant's life. Does pineapple go on pizza? Zzz. Yeah, it doesn't. It does not. That's funny. Good. After reading this post, I realized that I'm boring. And what to talk about then? I don't know. I just want to get to know the person better. Bitcoin, finances, stocks. Bitcoin would have been fun to talk about 10 years ago when no one was using it and it was just this haha funny. People who argue online. Why? Because I'm the only one who is right and I will fix the internet one user at a time. To learn, to persuade, to inform, sometimes to rant. Sometimes I'm not arguing, just flipping the bird at a troll or a zombie. We're just keyboard warriors, man. Because sometimes I'm stupid. It can be fun sometimes. Sometimes it's an outlet to vent. Sometimes I'm just bored trying to pass the time. Bored as hell. Typically, I'm just bored and see a counterpoint and have the discussion until I'm no longer bored and realize the argument isn't genuine. Yep. Sometimes I have an hour to waste and feel like debating someone. It is good practice for real life. Never considered this option, TBH. No wonder I suck at arguing. Thanks for the insight. It's funny to piss off strangers. I've been going ham on Twitter, making fun of and arguing with people who are like, got Elon Schmeat in their mouths. Like every little thing that Elon's doing and they're like agreeing with him no matter how awful it is. I am having a field day with those people. I tell you now. I've actually had people change my mind or teach me things after arguing online. Yeah, it's mostly pointless, but sometimes it works. What do you want for Christmas? Mrs. Claus. Ho, ho, ho! I want a Spotify Discover Weekly that has 30 absolute bangers, a few cigars, and a bottle of great whiskey. I think I'd want a new hoodie or something because I don't have many. I think I'd also want like a new book to read or something because I'm running out of fandoms to latch onto and I'm getting pretty bored because all the fandoms I'm in are painfully small. Is that a Danganronpa profile picture you have? Get away from me. A hug that I didn't need to ask for. I don't remember the last time that someone has given me a hug. I've given other people hugs, but I don't remember the last time someone wanted to give me one. And now I'm sad. I'm sorry. I'd love some karma, boss. One of those cool shirts that's halfway between short and long sleeve. Like the ones that cover the elbow but then stop? Why? Peace and goddamn quiet, and it's not gonna happen. Netflix and chill. It's almost 2023. No one still uses the term Netflix and chill. Just say you want a boing, say you want to get some schmeat, say you want to hook up. Netflix and chill is not the way. It's like Fetch from Mean Girls. Stop trying to make it happen. It already happened, and it's not gonna happen again. A nice pair of joggers, and that's it. Money or socks. Socks are nice. A damn good meal. Few beers and a Christmas movie or two. PlayStation 5. What is something people do that just sets you off? Lie unnecessarily. I hate that. What's even worse is when they still lie even after you caught them lying. Playing media on their phone at full volume with no headphones in a restaurant or most other public places, really. Noisy eating. I can't. I can endure rudeness. I can endure selfishness. The minute you start smacking your lips, I'm out. Not sorry. I've left otherwise perfect partners over this. Eat like an adult, you frickin' savage. Anyone who only talks about themselves or hijacks any conversation so that they can talk about themselves. Also people that whisper or talk in foreign languages not everyone understands whilst making eye contact with you. It's unnerving and makes you think they're bitching about you. Not sure why, but people asking me too many personal questions, whether it's from my own family or strangers. Speak on situations without understanding them. For me, it's people who try to make everything deep. Let me eat my sandwich. What single word best describes you? Bad at following directions. Dip. Sleepy. I'm also kind of sleepy. It's almost 1 a.m. right now. Lame. Human. Cheeseburger. You are what you eat after all. Clueless. Why can't you guys just be nice to yourselves, huh? How would humanity more realistically deal with zombies? Blame each other and or deny their existence until half the world has been eaten already. Lick them as a TikTok challenge because zombies couldn't possibly be real. A percentage of people who deny their existence even as they'd be getting eaten, and the world's government would panic and keep backtracking on what to do. Or say that it's no worse than the flu. Huh. That seems like that might be a metaphor for something. I don't know. I'm just a narrator. Poorly. I think the past 2 years have proven we are generally crap at containing outbreaks and disasters. A lot of the free thinkers would probably wear garlic around their necks and deny the existence of zombies while they're having their brains chewed up. And thus a new hub category was created. We won't be as bad as we thought we'd be. Killing zombies will be seen as murder, and there will be people identifying themselves as zombies. I can tell this guy does not get any pull at all. This guy has never talked to a woman in his entire life. Die in 3 days max. They would have dropped a nuclear bomb. Zombies aren't real. I refuse to put up zombie protection in my home or arm myself. It's just the government's way to ensure everyone has weapons and armor so they can draft us into the war with Canada, forcing us to use our own equipment so that Washington can take the extra money for themselves. If you had the chance, would you go back in time to do anything over again differently? What would it be? Not stick my dick in crazy. I would not sell Bitcoin for $1.28. Do you need a hug, boy? Seems like you might. I wouldn't get married, make better financial decisions, and try not to listen to my mother when it came to it, and spend more time with my father. Never, ever, under any circumstances, put money in the stock market. I'd get the blue one, not the red one. Yes, a few things. Got a few regrets. Absolutely. Hopefully, it would lead to a much better life. I'd avoid a lot of people and tell someone sooner that I was struggling. Getting muscles earlier and learn roller skates younger. I'd probably actually consider what my future would be like before I joined the military. I had options, but dang, that recruiter was good at making it seem like his ideas were mine. It's an alright life so far, but I could have either gotten a better deal or just flat out chose a better lifestyle that suited me the last 5 or 6 years of my life. Don't really want to explain, but I'll just say there are things I should fix in my past. It's probably why I have depression too. Just all of it. Spend more time with my grandma. Be more serious about my hobbies. Never drop out of college. Be a better boyfriend with my exes and more confident with the girls or women who are just waiting for me to make a move. Not one fang. Not one fang. Vote for Hillary twice. If an apple a day keeps the doctor away, what would attract one? A 9mm to the chest. What? Really good insurance. Deep fried chicken. Maybe a pack of Marlboros a day? Money, of course. One wealthy patient a day. Student loan repayment. According to Stardew Valley, coffee, pickles, wine, and truffle oil. I look at people differently if they choose Harvey as their partner of choice in Stardew Valley. There are much better man choices there. I used a pickup line on a doctor once, and he seemed to like that. A Porsche 992 GT3 RS allocation spot at MSRP. I don't know what any of those words mean. Living on Doritos and Mountain Dew. Be 100% honest, what's your greatest personal flaw? I start things that I don't. I have the same problem. I'd give you an upvote, but I don't. My godlike ability to procrastinate. I'm toxic, I'm judgmental, lazy, and incredibly jealous. My attention is either all or nothing. Multitasking? What is that? I have no self-confidence. I'm scared of failure. My own low self-esteem has changed me into a bitter person that hates anyone until proven they are not the trash person I wrongfully assume they are. I am rarely 100% honest. Who is? I talk too much. much. Neck hair. Out of everything, your biggest problem with yourself is neck hair? I wish I had that problem, man. I got so much wrong with me. I wish neck hair was my biggest problem. Everything I say sounds completely sarcastic. I'm like a male Aubrey Plaza. Same facial expressions and everything. It's problematic. What was your frick, I'm old moment? A child asked me what a penny was. Oh, no. Oh, when Nirvana and Green Day started to be played on classic rock stations. The music that I grew up liking is now called old school. I was the same age as Bart when I started watching The Simpsons, and now I'm the same age as Homer. Gray Puebes. Hearing people say he's getting on a bit about sportsmen younger than me. Waking up with pain every morning. My Columbia winter coat is old enough to buy beer. Threw out my back the other day. Was completely hopeless. I'm not even 30 yet, but my dad's side of the family has issues with back problems. Pretty scared. Started stretching more. I'm afraid of the times where I'm required to crouch for whatever reason because it's a struggle to get back up again. I had to ask someone what based meant, and then I realized I'm not in on the latest lingo anymore. I use based way too much. I know I do it all the time on this channel too. I just love saying based. I don't really say cringe a lot though, but based, it's based. What do you consider to be disgusting? The Velveeta cheese ice cream ad that keeps popping up on my feed. The what? People who refuse to wash their hands after using the bathroom or touching something gross. Smoking. I hate the smell and I hope it continues to decline. Beets. Frick 'em. The white stuff that accumulates in the corner of someone's mouth. Lying, cheating, hiding information, lack of loyalty. Have a friend that keeps his toenails in a little bag. Fricked me up when I first saw it. It was 27 years ago. He still does it. Chewing with your mouth open, not keeping up with basic house chores, and not taking care of your skin. Cockroaches. Me. What's something that can only happen in video games? Respawn. Surviving a fall from a cliff with a floating phone. This is a Pokemon reference, guys. This is from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. If you're not riding Koraidon or Miraidon, and you go off a cliff, your Rotom phone catches you a second before you hit the ground and take fall damage, and then you're fine. God, I love Pokemon. Using a cheat code to gain unlimited money. Waking up well rested. Surviving a car explosion. Paying money to get off a police charge. Oh, wait. Stomping on Goombas, Koopas, and Wigglers in a land of giant mushrooms. Entering one's house and destroying all the pots with no consequences. Double jump. Finding a soulmate. Lol. You'll find one day. Allocating level up points. Falling headfirst from a distance, then getting back up and moving along like you just slipped on a small puddle. Restarting from checkpoints. If you could master one skill instantly, what would it be and why? Mastering different skills. Technically, everyone already has this power. You just need to use it. Learn to master every language so I can hear people talking bad about me behind my back. The skill to learn any other skill possible. Playing the piano. I love piano music and I wish I could play it, but I don't have the skill, patience, or ear for it. Can I choose to be attractive? You can't choose what you already are. Aw, that was so wholesome. So cute. Computer programming. Art, because that seems really cool and I always feel like I'll never be good enough at it. This would be my pick. If I could master art and I could draw in any art style with any medium, anything, I would choose that in a heartbeat. Memory. Slicing bread without rage quitting. Have destroyed so many innocent loaves in my wrath. The ability to perfect recall any memory. What is the biggest pet peeve of yours? When people tell me to do something I was planning on doing already. Hey, why don't you stand up and offer your seat to your grandma? Frick you! I was just about to get up, but now it look like I'm only doing it because you told me to. Loud chewing when eating. Littering really shows you what kind of person someone is. People who double down on ignorance and stupidity when proven wrong. Calling animals it. Inconsiderate people. Food crumbs in my bed. Well, maybe if you didn't eat in bed, you wouldn't have crumbs in it. Using hazard lights as park anywhere lights. Someone telling me I have something to tell you, but decided not to tell me and saying never mind instead. If you ask me a question, I might hit you. Other people's germs. When I'm playing Minecraft and someone helps me or touches my stuff, I will bite your fingers off if you touch my stuff without asking. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. I'm Says Mason. Bye-bye.